What is up, y'all? Nick K here. Welcome to day 138 of the bodybuilding prep. Road to IFBB Pro as a natural athlete. Just had to throw that all in there. It's a mouthful. We are 12 days out from NPC Nationals, and today we woke up at a new low of phase 3, which is 158.1 pounds, which is really, really nice. So we are digging right now. My calories are about anywhere between 1850 to 2000. However, I'm working out like twice a day. One of those workouts being 700 calories worth of cardio. So I'm in a caloric deficit, obviously. And yeah, my macros, I don't track macros. I could chat GPT my whole plan and tell you guys, which I might do later, maybe not, but I measure all my food out in grams. So I'm just old school like that. I don't know. Anyways, we have a nice pull day today at New Tech Gym. Then after that, I'll probably drive over to Cult Fitness on the way back home to do some posing. And then after that, later tonight, I have posing lessons with my posing coach, Joey Belt. So at the Dragon's Lair. So he's my posing coach for bodybuilding and for men's, as far as men's physique. And wow, I have prep right now. As far as men's physique and classic physique, I pretty much just do my own posing for that. I did take a posing lesson with Kyron Holden, who's an Olympian. He's a G. But yeah, I just kind of impulsively signed up for men's physique a couple weeks ago. So we're just going to send all 3 categories at NPC Nationals. So another cool thing too is throughout this prep, I've done a lot to kind of anchor my standards low in a sense. So like I keep my standards high, but for example, caffeine, I took caffeine away and hit a deload. Took a week off, which really, really helped, really big on recovery, which I have not taken a week off unless it was for travel. Just like vacation and all that. But if you feel like your progress is hindered, take a week off, recover a little bit, come back stronger. During that week off, did not take any caffeine. After that, I got in the habit of not taking caffeine. Took about a month off. Now I am back on about a third of a scoop of pre-workout. So about 80 milligrams to 100 milligrams, and then I'm bumping up my dosage to 150 milligrams of caffeine. So I still feel like the workouts are really good. Haven't taken a huge hit in terms of training and strength performance yet. I've low-key been getting stronger, which is crazy. But I mean, this is my full focus, Before I just used to lift for fun. Now I have a coach. Now I'm just obsessed with numbers. I track everything. I track my morning weight, my weight after I take a shit and before I take a shit. Sorry if that's too much information. I track literally food grams on a scale. I track weight numbers, every single rep, every single lift. It's all a numbers game for me. And the reason why I do that is not because I'm Asian and I'm obsessed with mathematics. I wasn't the brightest in math, but I just think of it kind of like as a high score. My main quest right now is bodybuilding, so it's time to try to beat the high score, So, yeah, anyways, we're gonna get to this pull workout. God bless. Godspeed. Let's get after it. So I was at Sam's Club the other day, and there's this little kid shopping with his grandma. And he comes up. I don't even have a camera out. I'm just walking around shopping. I'm sweaty because I've just got done with cardio, and I'm just doing my grocery shopping. The kid asked me, "Oh, are you a YouTuber?" And then I just told him, "No." And then my sister looked at me and she was like, why don't you tell him that?" And it made me kind of think and reflect about the power of identity, because people usually always want to put a label on your identity and put you in a category or a box. And for me personally, I could have said so, because like what really defines like a YouTuber? Is it a person who posts on YouTube consistently? Is it a person who has a bunch of followers? Is it a person who specifically monetizes off of YouTube? And so while I was doing cardio yesterday, I was listening to some Jim Rohn, and the video was titled "Act as If You Are the Best." And initially I was like, well, that's just an arrogant title. And then one thing I realized was, one thing I've always struggled with was the power of identity, and riding the line between confidence and arrogance, between arrogance and humility. Because for me, I've always found it's easy to be over humble and nice rather than being confident. But one thing I've learned in sales too is you can't actually fake it till you make it. That is such a true quote. So I listened to this video, and one of the main takeaways was, give yourself permission to act and behave like a professional, and then you give other people that same permission to view you as a professional. So as long as you view yourself as a pro, not for looks, not for shows, but if you do it behind closed doors, what you do in private, you get praised for in public. And the whole point of acting like a professional, you don't do it for the public praise, okay? You do it for yourself. Because as soon as you do it for yourself, you give yourself that permission to view yourself as a professional. That is ultimately when you give others permission to view you as a professional. And the reason I tell this to you is because anything worth doing in your life, whether it's starting to work out or exercise, whether it's trying to eat healthy and people are saying, "Oh, you're eating healthy," or whether you're trying to stop drinking, "Oh, why are you not drinking?" or starting your own business, there will always be judgments and opinions from other people that will sometimes even override your own opinion of yourself. And it's really easy to get caught up in all those moments. But what's important is the present moment extrapolates to the past and the future. So you want to look at not who you are or who you view yourself to be, but what are your actions saying about who you are becoming. Everything is dictated by your actions. Forget your past, relinquish your past, stop worrying about the future. In the future, that's how you create worry. If you live in the past, that's how you create anxiety. If you think about your actions in the future or in the present and you localize everything to the present, that is how you focus on who you are becoming. Just remember that action is the bridge to success. Average people will feel and then act, whereas the best will act and then feel. The average will wait until they're ready, but the best, they're willing. And you never have to be ready to do anything. You only have to be willing to do it. There's thousands of reasons to not do something, thousands of excuses. However, there's only one reason that'll make you do it. As soon as you realize there ain't nothing to it but to do it. All right, we just finished up some cardio, 700 calories worth, 70 minutes on the Cibex Arc Trainer. 420 calories according to my watch. Now, the most important thing is even though the calories are out of sync, the time is the same as well as the heart rate per minute. We're both in sync. So, those are the metrics I've been measuring along. And as long as I keep it consistent, then that's all that matters. Now, we're going to go back home, enjoy. I'm like wet right now, so I'm going to go eat, shower, and then we got posing a little bit later on at the Dragon's Lair. What's up, y'all? Now we're at the Dragon's Lair finishing a 30-minute posing session. If you guys want a really good posing teacher, I like to think of him as my dance teacher, which is funny, but look no further than Joey Belt. He's the man. He will work you to the absolute brink in terms of posing, but there's a reason why him and his wife Christina Nicole have so many IFBB Pro Cards and athletes that they've trained. So they're really good. KJ center stage for boys and girl competitors. But yeah, this is after about 4 rounds of posing conditioning. And yeah, that's the end of day 138.
Nice.